I'm Ian Panter, Head of Conservation for York Archaeological Trust. This is the remains of what we call the Tetney Prehistoric Coffin. This was found, a chance discovery, and excavated by University of Sheffield archaeology students, and Historic England funding the conservation and analysis of the coffin and its contents. The wood is in the treatment tank here at the moment. We're cleaning it. It's been sampled for dendrochronology and carbon-14 dating, and then the next stage is chemical pre-treatment to remove iron staining, and then it will go through a sort of normal polyethylene glycol wax impregnation process, followed by freeze drying, and the entire process will probably take upwards of 2 years. Once conserved, we haven't decided yet whether all the sections are going to be put back together again. It's quite like a big jigsaw puzzle to put it all back together, but that's be discussions with Lincolnshire Museum Service once it's conserved. Okay, so what you can see here is the remains of the coffin itself. We've got one end here. It's about 2.4 meters long. It weighs probably around about half a ton. It's very heavy. In front of the main piece here, we can see the fragments of the two ends that survive, and then we've got the sides and the lid in another treatment tank. Historic England have been funding a sort of campaign of dating, so we can get try to get a precise date on the coffin. And you'll notice on one of the larger sections there's a sort of V-shaped notch being cut out of the wood, and this was for dendrochronology in the first instance, but the dendrochronologist Ian Tyers calculated that it was a very fast grown tree, so it wasn't possible to get a date, so we're now looking at carbon-14 dating and wiggle matching the two, and hopefully get a more accurate date. Okay, so this is the battle axe that was recovered from the Tetney coffin, buried with the gentleman that was in the coffin. It's quite a unique object as well. It consists of the stone axe head and then the wooden haft, which is still attached. The waterlogged conditions preserve not just the coffin but the axe as well. Our job now is to conserve this, or rather there's going to be some analysis first of all. We're going to have a colleague who's going to be doing what we call Microware Analysis up at Newcastle University to see if there's any wear of the axe itself, which indicate whether it's it was something that's been used in battle or used before, or it's something that was specifically for the burial. Once that analysis has been done, we'll take it through the conservation process. We're still exploring the best way of conserving it, because I'm a little bit concerned about what the axe head will do when it goes through the peg wax process and freeze drying, and that's the process we need to use for the timber. So we're still looking at the best method for conservation. Once it has been conserved, it's going to head back down to the south coast to Southampton University, where it will go through CT scanning, which is a technique that's being researched by Historic England and Southampton for wood, to see if it can be used for wood species identification, because we're not allowed to sample the haft at the moment, keeping it intact because it is a wholly complete object. And then obviously once it's been through all that, it will go back to Lincolnshire Museum again.